Today, I'm going to teach you a drum chop that's so easy it often gets overlooked. But truth is, I've been playing drums for almost 20 years now, and I use this in almost all of my solos to add some flash and excitement. And the best part is, you can use this sticking to make thousands of variations and make it your own. So if you're tempted to leave right after you find out the pattern, don't. I'm going to show you how to apply it in different ways, different orchestrations, permutations, and all that good stuff, so you can integrate this into your vocabulary and again, make it your own. So stick around till the end of the video. Let's check it out. All right, so what is this sticking? What is this chop? It's right, left, kick, kick. It's a 6-note grouping that can be played in either 16th notes, 16th note triplets, or 32nd notes. So let's start off by playing it on the snare drum in 16th note. So that was 4 measures, and as you probably noticed, since it's a grouping of 6 notes in 16th notes, it's going to take 3 measures to resolve if you're starting and ending it on the first right. But if you play it in 16th note triplets, since triplets are groupings of 3s and 6s, you can fit this in nice and clean in 1 measure. So here's what that sounds like. And if you're a beginner starting to explore different chops or fills or sticking patterns, and you're having trouble with that double kick drum, I recommend you check out the video I just made all about heel toe technique, showing you how you can speed up your doubles and get better doubles, cleaner doubles, faster and with less energy. But that's a whole nother video. Now that you have the basic sticking pattern down, right, left, kick, kick, we can start to create what are called permutations, or starting on different notes of the pattern. So for example, instead of starting on the right of the right, left, kick, kick, we can start on the second right, left, kick, right, left. We're taking the 2 kick drum notes and moving it to the middle. So if we're thinking in groups of 2, 2, and 2, right, left, kick, right, left, we're just scooting it over, starting in a different spot. Here's what that sounds like in 16th notes. I'll just play 3 measures so it resolves cleanly on that first right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. Now, here's what it sounds like in 16th note triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And the last basic permutation is starting with the kick drums. Kick, right, left. Here's what that sounds like. 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1. And last one in 16th note triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That last permutation, starting with the kick drum, is nice because you can land with a nice crash and a kick drum at the same time without having to do any triple strokes or anything weird like that. An example would sound like this, just 1 measure. Say you're playing a 1 measure fill and you want to crash on the 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now you have 3 basic permutations that you can start to mess around with and see how they feel, see how the different stickings line up across the bar line if you're playing in 16th notes or 32nd notes, see how it feels playing triplets, but you might notice that we left out a few permutations. So to give you 3 more to explore with, you can start on the first left, so it would be left, right, left, kick, kick, right. You could start on the second left, so it would be left, kick, kick, right, left, right. And lastly, you could start on the second kick, which would be kick, right, left, kick. So now you have 6 different stickings to work with, and that's just the beginning. Now let's talk about orchestration. Orchestration is just taking any of those sticking patterns, and instead of just playing it on the snare drum, you can move it around to any different drums or cymbals to get thousands of different patterns. A simple way to start off with this would be only moving the right hand. So for the sake of time, I'm only going to stick with the original pattern, right, left, kick, kick, and play it in triplets. But again, you can take any of those different permutations and mess with the subdivisions as well. Step 1 is just to move the right hand to different toms or cymbals. Let's see what that sounds like. And if you noticed, I kept my left hand on the snare drum, but you don't have to. You can keep your left hand on the hi-hat or maybe one of the toms and keep that as your home base while you move the right hand around. Step 2 would be to move the left hand around after you tried moving the right hand around. Here's what that sounds like. And of course, the next logical step would be to orchestrate both hands on different cymbals, different drums. Just mess around with that for a little. See what calls you, what sticks out to you, what catches your ear, and run with that. Explore that. That's how you eventually find your own sound. So let's check that out. And if you're not sure where to start with orchestration or moving around the kit and you don't naturally feel like, oh, I can just flow real easily, here's a simple framework you can use to start to develop that kind of freedom when you're playing fills or soloing or anything like that. I call it the up, down, in and out framework, and it's just like it sounds. So first take your right hand, practice moving it up and down to your toms, or I have a cowbell right here, anything you have in your setup, moving it up and down. Do the same thing with the left hand. And then try moving in and out. So left to right, floor tom, hi-hat, cymbal, cymbal. Eventually, you'll be able to combine these and start to flow effortlessly around the drum set without having to think too hard about it. So we've covered permutations and orchestration. Now I want to talk about adding accents. Something I think sounds really hip or not your typical triplet phrasing is accenting groups of 2, since triplets, again, are typically grouped in notes of 3 or 6. So you can take 1 and a 1 and a 2 and a 2 and a if you're just playing right, left, and you can accent every right hand. 1 and a 1 and a 2 and a 2 and a 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a 1. And it gives it more of a straight sounding feel, so it breaks up the phrasing in an interesting way. So let's check out what that sounds like using the original pattern, right, left, kick, kick, only accenting the right hand on the snare drum. we'll do the same thing with the left hand. Now let's combine orchestration with accents to see what cool new sounds we can come up with. So now you have the tools and the steps in the system to take this basic sticking and make it as complicated as you want by trying out different permutations, different orchestrations, and adding different accents. Now, maybe you can play this at 16th note triplets at a slower speed, but maybe you're trying to get your hand speed up to a point where you can play this in 32nd notes instead of 16th notes or 16th note triplets. Well, good news, I made a video where I show you how I increased my hand speed by 30 beats per minute in just 6 minutes a day with an exercise that I call wind sprints. So you can check that out here. And if you dug this video, I think you'll dig that one too. And if you want to stay up to date with what I'm up to and also get a bunch of free transcriptions, ebooks, and drumming exercises, you can sign up to my newsletter at the link in the description below, totally free. Until next time, peace.